Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for those of you that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you do that. Please do that. If not, it's totally up to you. You can still watch. You don't have to be subscribed. That way you don't get notifications all the time saying this is suggested for you. But anyways, that's beside the point. Some exciting news for me anyways. I now have my bowl caps with my logo on it. I have those on my website, and you can go on my website and purchase those now. So have that available. And then of course I have my stuff on my Etsy. So if you want to check all that out, you can go down in my description and click on the links, and that'll take you right to my website, Facebook, Etsy, Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically if you feel like you want to support me, you can go on there and just, do a monthly subscription type of deal. And that's about it. I have that available only if, anybody feels like they want to support me in my channel, they can do that. But I have that option. Nobody has to feel obligated to do that. But hey, might as well have a lot of options available. So anyways, no more talking. Let's get right into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. So I'm up here in my shed. Got my riding mower here. Want to take the mower deck off and get it ready for winter, which winter is already here, but nevertheless I'm going to get it ready. So take that off, and then I'm going to pull it down into my garage, and then I'm going to see if I can't build a snowplow for it. So should be pretty interesting. So all you have to do is pull that pin and take that rod out, and then pull that pin, and this bar pulls out and just lays down, and then pull that pin, and then that. I have the deck all the way down, but this will go up once I put it up. And then it's pretty well the same thing on the other side, just a pin there and then a pin there. So there's 5 pins, and then obviously this cable, which this cable comes off real easy. So it doesn't take long. You just undo the belt right there, take it off of there, and it doesn't take long to take the mower deck off. Pretty easy to take off and put on. Right there it is. All I got to do is make brackets to mount it, and we're gonna have us a driveway width snowplow. I'm just kidding, by the way. Probably 3/8 of that, or a third of this board. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it and see what we can do. So we finally got it in there. My plan's working out. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I'm going to make this plow. The plan is I'm going to use 2x6 boards to make my frame. So obviously this is just an example, but it's going to go underneath here, and then I'm going to get like the things that you get for a gate. I'm going to get something similar to that, and then that's going to get fastened on the top side. It's going to get pulled over here and then fastened on the top side, and that's how I'm going to fasten my plow to this thing. So we're going to see how that works. I may be able to do something where I can just put a pin in. You know, if I weld enough stuff together, I can just pull something over here and then put it in, and then put a pin in there to hold it together. That way it's easy to assemble and disassemble, and I won't have to take bolts out of the wood all the time. So yeah, slowly getting there. So this is where my piston is going to be mounted on, and it's an electric piston. So I was going to mount the motor base here, and then it's going to go up. But yeah, we're going to find out how this is going to work. Either I'm going to make it go up, or it's going to go just straight out, or slightly at an angle. Don't know yet. How I'd like to make is so it can go straight up and like this, because that's the way it's going to pick up the fastest. Because I'm not sure how fast this electric piston is going to actually go up and down. I don't think it's very fast. But then, so I'm going to hook it to my battery, and then I'm going to have a switch up there. I can just doot doot and up and down. So that's the plan anyways. If that doesn't work, I might figure out some kind of motor with a pulley system that this thing will just flop down or something. But I'll figure something out. I'm trying to be innovative here, so. And hopefully me doing these things inspires other people to be innovative and open to new ideas and resourcefulness, and realize that you don't have to spend on certain things. Stuff happens and you do have to spend that money, but a lot of times if you really want something and it's not really a need, but you would just really want something, a lot of times you can figure out how to make it yourself for pretty cheap. So, and that's what I'm doing here, is making my, it's wooden. If it breaks, it's no big deal. I didn't spend hundreds of dollars building it, or that much time building it, that it's devastating. I'm just using scrap wood and screws that I have that I just keep around to do odds and ends. But yeah, I enjoy coming up with weird, crazy stuff and building it, and I build a lot of my own furniture. So it's just stuff like that. I love creating new things, and it turns out good. So I don't always build something and it turns out good. I don't show you guys everything. Sometimes I start it and then I gotta completely change what I'm doing, and that's just the way it is. That's being innovative. You start and you realize, oh wait, something new, I can do it different. I can do it this way instead of the way that I had planned it in my mind. And you just kind of you have to start somewhere. You don't just wake up one day and you're innovative and resourceful and have all this stuff. It starts small, small ideas, small improvements. It's a constant. If you watch my video last Friday, or I can't remember which video it was, of every day is a choice. Every single day you make small choices. Just getting out of bed is a choice. You have the choice to get out of bed. As long as you're healthy and you're able, you have that choice, and you can be grateful for that. Everything you do in that day, some of it comes automatically, but it's still a choice. If you did not choose to do that thing, you wouldn't do it. Some stuff comes automatically because you've chosen to do that every day, and now it's becoming a habit. And if you choose certain things towards becoming what you want, and every day you choose those little things to becoming what you want, it becomes a habit, and you just keep building. You keep building toward what you want, and whatever that may be. So I just hope that me doing these small, crazy little projects just encourages somebody to become more innovative. You might be innovative, to become more innovative, more resourceful, and to work yourself towards the success that you want. Maybe you're building a business or a career or something. You never know. I might be sparking a little flame in you that just encourages you to keep going and doing what you need. So anyways, I'm going to get back to work. Enough blah blah jibber jabber, and yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this. One of the things I'll have to do next is take a sander. I'll probably have to take my grinder and grind some of my screw tips down. And then I'll take my sander and I'll sand it down the front. I'll sand it down really good. And then take some of my polyurethane spray and spray it on there super good. I put those wings on there so that it'll come up and then it'll break. I may put a piece on the top yet, right there, that'll, you know, come out and that'll be even with that. But I'll have to see yet if I want to do that. I'll have to make a list of things that I need to get, and I'll let you guys know exactly, you know, kind of the dollar amount that I spent on building this, just so you know that I didn't spend hundreds, you know, on a plow that I'm gonna get and maybe used, maybe not used, you know, and then it's just gonna sit there and rust. So yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, folks, back to building riding mower plower 1.0. So it's the next day. Obviously I got parts and stuff that I need to actually mount the blade on to the front. I don't have the cylinder yet. That's still coming through the mail. But yeah, I got the parts that I need to at least finish the plow. And then the last thing that I'll have to do is hook up the electric cylinder, the switch, you know, that stuff. And then we'll see how good that thing works up and down. So yeah, we're gonna get back to work and see what happens. So this, I'll have to bend, and that'll get mounted on the front there. But first order of business is to get my brackets mounted on there, and then get it mounted up there so I can put blocking underneath the plow. And then I can bend this and then drill all my holes in there. I might actually drill all my holes while it's flat and then bend it, and then I'll have to fasten it with screws. So I got these gate hangers, and the pin does not fit completely in there. So what I'm going to have to do is take this and beat it down in, and however much that bends, maybe I can bend it more and then put a washer in there, and then I can put my bolt in there. So I'm going to just use big lag bolts and mount it something like that. finally got my electric cylinder. Gonna see how it works. So obviously I just have it rough wired. So I'm getting my hot from my light switch, my headlight switch, and then my ground I ran all the way underneath to the back and to the battery underneath. Now when I actually hook it up, I have to use wire and run it, you know, properly. And I might run it outside, you know, bring it outside of the hood somewhere, and then eventually I want to make a nice connection where it's a quick plug, you know, unplug and plug it in. But for now I'll just have to do this to test it. So I'm going to test it now and see if I have it hooked up right. That way I can get it fastened to the top there. So here we go. See if the sparks fly. And drain my battery. So turn it on. Give it some power. Yeah, it's pretty slow, so you're just gonna have to bear with it. Once I start the motor, then it's gonna have it's gonna have a lot more speed. So that's obviously down. So yeah, that's kind of what I figured it would be. Just a slow push. That's about all I need it to do is, you know, slowly back and forth. And so now we're going to test to see if it can pick it up. There it goes. It's obviously not going to pick it up very high, but it sure works. It's going to be pretty bouncy. You know, I may be able to take this and fasten it out here more. We'll see. Or extend my board out and then fasten it out here. And then I'll have more length and then it'll pull. But I mean, my plow is pretty heavy, so I like the bounce though. That's what I'm looking for, is for it to be able to bounce. As far as this isn't high enough to pull that in, but if I take my board and extend it out, then I should have the length that I need. Even if I would take this off and cut this shorter, you know, and put my board down here, and then take this and set this down in behind the plow, that would be even better. But then I would swap it around. Then I would put the motor up here and then put this down there. That way I don't get too much water or too much snow packing around my motor. So yeah, it's gonna work for what I need it. I obviously don't need it to go like super fast. up and down just as long as I can, you know, get it to lift and get it to push down. Yupper. Pretty excited to see what I can come up with. It's obviously a trial and error. I mean, that thing holds on there pretty good. You know, if it has bounce to it, and then it won't be as hard on this thing. It'll be able to bounce this up and down, which is good. I like that instead of trying to add springs and stuff. So you betcha. And I can see where I can cut, you know, I can cut this down probably a good 6 inches. I'll probably go 4 inches and then see what I did there. And then this board I obviously have to cut shorter and then set down lower, and then I'll run some screws in from this way and then down that way. So yeah, set her back down and so once I do some of my changes here, then I'll get back to you and show it to you. So yeah. It's crazy ideas. You just gotta, you know, start somewhere and learn. You know, you're not gonna know if you never try it. So obviously it's a little slow. I'd rather have it a little faster, but hey, it's gonna it's gonna work for what I have it, you know, intended for. So I obviously won't be able to go ripping around, which isn't, you know, really why I made it, to go ripping around. It's just I made it to be able to push a lot more snow than instead of having to shovel it. So I say we're off to a good start. So there it is. That's on there. And then that piece there, I'm either going to run a bolt through there or just weld it. So for now, I just got the vice grip there. And next week's video, I'm going to be doing all the maintenance on here. Obviously, I've done some of it already. But I got to do finish up the maintenance on that before I can use this. So I'm going to be using this and showing me using this in a different episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stick around because I will be using this. Most definitely, maybe here in a few days I'll be able to use it. I know we had some snow a little bit ago, so maybe we'll get enough snow again for me to be able to use this, and then you guys can see this thing in action. But the rest of the video, I'll just be fastening that, and then yeah, finishing up my wiring, getting my switch in there, and then we'll be good to go. So stick around, see this thing in action, see me doing the maintenance on here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you right back here next time for another episode. Some crazy things. So peace out, guys.